Maybe they don't have lights. They can't play at night.
Did you get washed, Marianne? All right.
Yards, 413 yards, but he's among the league leaders in scoring. He has 8 touchdowns on the year. 20 years since the Centennial Bulldogs have gone to a state playoff. Sandy, in 48 minutes, they could be doing something pretty special. Well, they certainly can be doing special for the Bulldogs, and the Palmer Terrors will kick off for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs will be defending the North Goal, so they'll be going from our left to our right. Jeffrey Brockman still got him on the sidelines. He's still talking to him, trying to get him to go, get him going. They were awfully high when I was down there earlier. They were hitting, and they were hitting hard each other. They do have one problem. Their middle linebacker, Costa, he's injured. They're only going to use him sparingly, but here comes the Bulldogs, and as you can see, just from we're all the way across the field from them, Jeff, but they look like they're ready to place the ball. You know, it's going to be interesting. Tom Brockman, I'm sure, has been trying to tag the ball, and he will be pushing it off to the right side. It's going to hit at about the 20-yard line, and let's see who will field it. It will be Scholes. Comes up the center of the field. He's got some room. He may go. He may run this one back. 40, 30. He's at the 20. He's going to run it back. Touchdown, Centennial, 6-0, no flag. Oh, yeah. That's how you do it. The ball was kicked short and kind of off to the right. He hit about the 25. A group of people there. All of a sudden, Scholes got the ball, split 2 tacklers, and at the 40, the Centennial 40, he was wide open all the way. 90-yard kickoff return, touchdown, Steve Scholes at 6-0. Sandy Clark, the Centennial bench, just went nuts. Oh, yeah, they're high. They're ready to play. And that's what they have to do in this one. We know that Palmer, they're going to use Quackenbush and Pennington, and they're going to throw all their junk at him today because they want to be the spoiler. But the Bulldogs are on the board as Sprague is going to attempt to put up point number 7. There's the snap, the spot by Kelly. It's up, it's long, and it is good. We have played all of 13 seconds. The Bulldogs lead it 7-0. Back with a kickoff on KCSJ Sports.
The Minute Bears do it upright with a little extra cash to help out. There are so many ways that Minnequaw Works Federal Credit Union can help. Minnequaw Works Federal Credit Union is located at 1549 East Abriendo. Minnequaw Works Federal Credit Union.
Into this ball game, and the Bulldogs have already taken a 7-0 lead on the strength of an 80-yard kickoff return by Steve Scholes. And now the Bulldogs prepare to kick the ball off. Jeffrey, let's turn over to you to play-by. This could have set the tone of the ball game. I agree with you 100%. Lonell Pendleton will be the deep man at about the 5-yard line. And getting set to approach the football and doing the kicking will be Jeff Valdez. This one will be rather short. Pennington will make the catch at the 15, and here he comes. He's at the 20, the 25, the 30. He's still on his feet. Down he goes at about the 34-yard line, making the tackle and then stripping the ball is my man. That is Little Marmaleo. There he is, Little Phil Marmaleo. Plays all of 5'3" and 100 and whatever. 100 and not very much, that's for sure. 11:41 left to play as the Palmer Terriers moving south to north. That's right to left as we look at them at Gary Berry Stadium. Keep in mind, if the Bulldogs win tonight, it doesn't make any difference who wins at Canyon City or what East does. The Bulldogs are going to state. Here we go. Here comes the pitch, and they want to throw. They turn. There is a long pass, and the man is... Oh, that looked very close to a pass interception. The pitch back came to Mike Kane, who was the other quarterback for Palmer. And he turned, and he was looking for Mickey Carter. Kelly was defending on the play. It was overthrown, and Kelly dragged him down. I thought we might see a flag. So I'll tell you, that was awfully close, and there was an official right on the scene, but apparently the ball was not within the grasp of the receiver. There's no way it could have been caught, so he didn't throw it. Here come the Tears. 2nd down and 10. They've got the ball at their 35. As they line up in almost what looks like a wishbone offense. And I believe they are running out of the bone. First time they've done that tonight. Heath fumbles the ball. Flags every place. Flags were dropped the minute that the quarterback, and that, of course, being Darrell Heath, bent over to pick up the ball. Here's the call. I think it'll go on Centennial. It's going to be a holding call against the Bulldogs, I think, Jeffrey. I don't know how they could call it that quick, but apparently everybody saw it. Tony Bruno's Palmer Terriers, and this has to be a bit of a disappointment for Tony this year because dropping down to 3A, I think a lot of people, ourselves included, thought that the Terriers might be in contention this year, but it is not to be. It's got to be frustrating for Tony because I think he's turned this football program around even though the records don't show it. Well, they certainly do have all the talent in the world. Pennington and Quackenbush. He has talent. It's a holding call, and it goes against the Bulldogs. Will mark it out to the Bulldogs' 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Palmer Terrors at that point. Darrell Heath is the quarterback. The running backs are Linnell Pennington, Quackenbush, and Claire Kane. They are going into the wishbone offense. They did not run out of this early in the year. It's an I formation. Quackenbush, he stands out in the crowd. He'll be the fullback. As Heath turns, there's the handoff, and Quackenbush is loose. He's at the 40. Bangs his way to the 35. First down, Palmer, and they just blew it up the gut. Boy, and he ran over some people. The first guy he got a chance to take a shot at was Mike Palumbo. Palumbo was playing a linebacker, 175-pound sophomore, and he knocked Palumbo down. Just ran over him. The rest of the Bulldogs came up and finally put the stop on him, but not until he picked up good yardage on that one, Jeff. 1st and 10 for the Palmer Terrors at the Bulldogs' 35-yard line. Bulldogs lead it 7-0. Wishbone offense. Darrell Heath is the quarterback. Quackenbush is the big fullback. They go right back to him. Why not? And he powers his way for maybe 4 yards before he is brought down. Cunningham being one of the people on the hit. And also get an assist from Ken Jones. But Quackenbush is a big, big man. Oh, he's a big back. There's no question about it. This Quackenbush is 6'2", 215 pounds. He's got good speed, Jeffrey. And the man that tackled him is about 6'2", weighs 215, too. That's Cunningham. He carried Cunningham and Jones for a couple yards on that one. They're going to say it's a 2nd down and 5. I think it's a 2nd down and 6, as Heath will line him up. Wishbone offense, right back to Quackenbush, and he's going to be stacked up. He might have gotten 2 on the play. Good defensive effort being made by the Dogs is coming up to make the hit. One of them is Jones again, and also credit and assist on the play to Tim Hart. All right, now the Palmer Terrors are going to be looking at 3rd down and long 4. Jeffrey, 9:41 left to go in the first quarter of this one. Right here's where the Bulldogs want to shut them down. Bulldogs lead at 7-0. If you happen to join us late, Steve Scholes, 80-yard kickoff return for the touch. Heath sets them down in the wishbone offense in the brown and white. They are moving right to left as we look. Here comes the pitch to Linnell Pennington. If he gets a block, he can go. Turns the corner. He's loose as he finally crawls his way down to about the 17-yard line. 1st down for the Palmer Terrors. Well, I'll tell you what, that kid has got some wheels under him. He started to turn the corner, and the guard pulling, the right guard pulled on that one, Jeffrey. As he came out, he found a linebacker that come across and boxed in, and he just knocked him down. Pennington took the corner and took off. Clock shows 9:10 left to play in period number 1. Bulldogs 7. Palmer Terrors nothing. The ball is spotted at the Dogs 16. They're at the far hash mark. He sets the club down. Now they go back to the standard I formation. Quackenbush is the tailback. And a handoff to Quackenbush. Runs left. He's going to be caved in, making the tackle. Larry Mudford's also given assist to Tim Hart, who makes the tackle. And that'll bring up a 2nd down, and they're going to say maybe 5, maybe 4. Going to say 2nd down and about what? The ball is going to be spotted at about the 12. Let's call it a 2nd and 5. And the Palmer ground game is on the move. 2nd and 5 at the Dog 12-yard line. So Palmer trying to even it up after being stunned on an 80-yard kickoff return. Darrell Heath is the quarterback, I formation. Quackenbush, right side. Good play being made by the Centennial defense, and covering very quickly was Tim Hart, 202-pound junior, and he got Quackenbush around the spot that you need to get him. That's his legs, and just dragged him down. That's right. Now to the Bulldogs, they've got Costa in there, middle linebacker. If you remember, Jeffrey, coming into the game, he was injured. They said they were going to play him spot places only. They've got him in there. He'll shore up the middle of that defensive secondary. That's where Palmer's been going. He'll play not only a good deep drop, but he plays a run very well. So Costa in, that linebacker, middle linebacker for the Bulldogs now. 3rd and 4. Dogs lead it 7-0. Ball is at the 10. Palmer on the attack. Palmer has it at the Centennial 10. Heath turns. Quackenbush trying to go right, then wants to reverse his field. We've got a mass pile-up. Pick a number. And it looks like just a swarm of Centennial Bulldogs. Just about anybody you want. I think Hart's one of the people in there. Tim Hart, he's made the last 4 or 5 tackles in a row, 4 that I can count. Ken Jones is also in on the kill. And now it's a 4th down and short. Don't be surprised, with nothing to lose, Tony Bruno goes for it. But they're going to send 2 guys into this huddle this time. One of them is going to be number 44. That's Bob Rosing, a 5'10", 165-pound split end. and the other one is Matt DeFleece. He's a tight end, so they may be going to a pass on this one, trying to put it in the end zone without missing. Well, there's no surprise what they're going to do. They want to pick up the 2 yards, 4th and 2. Wishbone offense. The ball sits at the 8. Here's the turn. There's the handoff. They've got the first down, and they'll get to about the 4 as they gave it to, as we pick up his number, Tyrone. Here come the Palmer Terrors. Pennington, Whipple, and Quackenbush behind Heath in the Wishbone offense. Setting the ball club down is Heath. There's the turn. There is the give. They go to Whipple. He fights near the goal line. He won't be in. He'll be down to about the 1. Marmoleo is there. Let's see. Also getting up off the bottom of the pile is Kevin Coca. They're running back to that weak side, and they're running back very strong to it. What they do is they put everybody out on the right, then they hand it back on a little cross coming back to the weak side, and there's a hole there, Jeffrey. Mike Palumbo was also on the hit. Second down, the ball sits at about the 1. Second, goal to go. Look for Quackenbush to get the call. He's setting him down in the wishbone. There's the turn. They go to Quackenbush. Flag. I think it will go against Centennial. Look like the left side might have jumped. Yeah, they did. Or did they? Offside, Bulldogs. Not too much further they can put it in. Maybe about 2-3 inches, so it'll be 2nd and inches to go for a touchdown. This will be the 11th play of the drive, Sandy, and it's all been on the ground. Well, they were aided at the very start of this drive. They faced a 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. Got a holding penalty and moved the ball out to the Bulldog 49, and that really helped them. But they've done a lot of this on their own. Quackenbush and Pennington's got to be given a lot of credit on this drive. 2nd and inches to go for a touchdown for the Palmer Terrors. Heath sets them down in the wishbone offense. Wishbone T. There's the handoff. Quackenbush up into it. Touchdown Palmer at 7-6. Well, the Centennial Bulldog line just jumped right in there and tried to cave in the line. They submarine that time-style kicker. Waiting for the snap. It's high. The spot, the kick. It's up. It's long, and it is good. 5:44 left to play in the first quarter, and we are tied. Centennial 7, Palmer 7. Back with a kickoff on KCSJ Sports. The Terrors score on the strength of a 10-play, 66-yard drive. Jeffrey, here's the kickoff. And they took a lot of time. 6 minutes and 3 seconds as the kick goes into the end zone. Barbero will watch it go, bring it out to the 20. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, as we will see the wishbone go into action for the first time for Centennial. Jim Brooks is standing by at Pueblo County, and not too much excitement down there. They're just going to be playing out the year. They'd like to finish it on a winning note there, and we will go to Jim Brooks here very, very shortly. The excitement, though, is Easton Air Academy. Some way, somehow, we'll try and get a score on that one, and, of course, Canyon City and Cheyenne Mountain. So the Bulldogs, with 5:44 left to play in the first period, go on the attack. Kelly right, Kopp goes left, and boy, if Kopp can get one-on-one with somebody, the party's over. He is a flyer. Mike Sprague shouting out the signals. Little stunt by the Palmer Terrors. There's a fumble. Sprague picks it up. The handoff was to Cresswell. He fumbled the ball. Sprague picks it up, and after it's all said and done, it should be about a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12 back at the 18. Palmer Terrors were definitely show blitz on that one. It really looked like they thought Centennial was going to drop back and throw the ball. Centennial's had a tendency to do that their first possession. That's go deep if they can. And they showed blitz like they were coming, and I think it may have shaken Sprague up a little bit. Let him settle down. He's a good quarterback. Far hash marked. It is a 2nd down, and now they say 11. They give a loss of what? Wishbone offense. Sprague is the quarterback. He turns. He hands. Scholes has got the first down. Powers his way across the 35 to the 37, and Steve Scholes came off the left side of that line, Sandy Clark. He had some blocking in front, and I think you also have to credit Steve Scholes. He did some great running on that play. Well, I'll tell you what, Krause and, Houck and Drew, they just blew that line apart. Once he got kind of past the line of scrimmage, he kind of took off on him. 1st and 10. The Bulldogs have the ball at the 35-yard line. Kopp wide now. Let's watch that long pass, Jeff. Kelly tightens it up on the left side. Here is Sprague setting him down in the wishbone. Again, Palmer wants to show a stunt. They go to Criswell. We've got a flag. I think we're going to have an offsides penalty against the Terrors that time. They were jumping all over the place. They're stunning a lot on defense. They're showing 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and right before the snap, they'll jump 4-3. And that time, I think when they jumped across. Let's take a look. Yep, marking off 5 yards against the Tears. Out to the 40. That'll bring up a 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs now. The ball rests right on their own 40. 4:36 left to play here in the first quarter. Brings up a 1st and 5 for the Dogs. Wishbone offense, Kopp wide right. Kelly tightens it up on the left. Standard Wishbone offense. There's the fake to Criswell. Whoa. Sprague will get the call, and he might have picked up a couple as he faked to Criswell and then snuck in behind him, and the hole closed very, very rapidly. Good defensive effort being made by the Palmer Terrors as they just came in mass, and it'll now bring up a 2nd down, 2nd down, and about 3. Robert Kahn, a 200-pound defensive end on the left side of this line, really did a job in closing that last play down. Take a look at a 2nd down and 3. The ball is out to the Centennial 41-yard line. Sprague, counter, Robert Lloyd, 1st down, on his feet across the 45 to the 43 of Palmer. It's another 1st down. I'll tell you, that was just good execution by the Bulldog line and the Bulldog back. They faked one way, gave it back to Lloyd coming the other way, and I'll tell you, they blew a hole open for him, and he was gone. That was amazing how quickly he got in to the secondary on that one, Jeffrey. But amazing how the line is playing. This may be the best offensive line showing that I certainly have seen with Centennial. You've seen them more than I have, though. They've got some horses in that line, too. Kopp to the right side. They are right in front of us here at Gary Berry Stadium, and the ball is at the 43 of the Palmer Terrors. The Centennial is on the march and looking sharp. The handoff, Criswell, 40, down to the 39-yard line. He's getting some running room. Okay, that time they came off the right side of the line. They followed a block of Cunningham on that one. He kind of pulled and then just dove right back in the line and opened the hole up. It's a little different kind of play. Boy, this team has improved so much from last year and even from 8 weeks ago, Sandy. No kidding. James Villarreal into the lineup. He's a split end for the Bulldogs. 39-yard line, and as Tom Brockman said, maybe we're just starting to hit our peak. And if that is the case, look out. They may have themselves some fun here after tonight. Here's the handoff. As getting the call was either Scholes or Lloyd. We'll wait for him to get up. That should be Scholes that got the call. He's at the 38-yard line, gain of 1. And we'll look at a 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. Tied at 7-7 between Palmer and Centennial. Jim Brooks will be standing by at Pueblo County. We'll be shooting it out to him very, very shortly. Other games tonight, the South Colts are playing out the string against Mitchell. Let's watch that cross going back to the right side or to the strong side this time. They'll just power block on the left side of the line. Kopp right. They'll be coming off of Cunningham. He's one of them. And I think Drew might be the other one. There's the fake. They just come off the left side. And it's Lloyd. He's loose 20. And down to the 15-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you what. They just knocked people off that line of scrimmage. At the snap of the ball, Centennial just surged forward. And honestly, that line was 3 or 4 yards back. Steve Drew, Ken Cunningham made the blocks out front. It's at the 16-yard line. Bulldogs on the march. And you've got to believe that when they come out of that huddle, they're feeling stronger every play. Now they got tight right, Jeffrey. Strong side to the right. Sprague goes to the count. The fake, the handoff, Scholes, and he is going to be cracked down at about the 13-yard line, making the tackle for the Palmer Terrors. One of them is Quackenbush, I can guarantee you that. Oh, yeah. And Tommy Ybarra, he is a 215-pound sophomore. Baby fat, huh? Yeah, right. Second down and about, excuse me, these are big boys out there, let me tell you. This Quackenbush kid, he looks big. He is big, but he looks big. Second down and 7, the ball sits at the 14-yard line. Wishbone offense. 4-3 being shown by the Palmer D. Sprague going into a long count. There's the fake. Now he wants to roll to the left. He's in trouble down at the 20. And now it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 14 yards to go. And I think what he was trying to do, well, I think he might have been looking for Kopp, because we had everybody thinking about Lloyd and Criswell going up the gut. They read something in that formation because that was a safety blitz that got him. They sent a defensive end and the safety. So they read something in the formation. They read something that Sprague did before the snap of the ball. 27 seconds left to play in the first period, knotted at 7-7. Bulldogs have the ball at the Palmer 20. Milladeo will go to the right side. Sprague lines him up, tight end left with Kelly. Sprague going into the count. Should get this one off, and this may be the last play. They go to Lloyd, and Lloyd will crack to the 18 with 5 seconds, and that may be the quarter. Jim Brooks standing by at Pueblo County. Let's go to him. First period is history. It's 7-7, and now to Jim Brooks at Pueblo County. Jim?
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. This report's being brought to you by Mesa Hardware, your pro.
The 18-yard line, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to try a field goal. The kick will come from the 25, so let's call it a 35. It's set up on the left hash mark. Jeffrey, the kicker in this instance is Sprague, the quarterback, so anything is possible. Anything is very possible. Don't be surprised to see a fake. Wind will not be a factor in this kick. Bulldogs trying a 35-yarder to go back and top. There's the spot. There's the kick. It looks long enough. It looks good enough, and it is no good. So the Bears will now take the ball at the 20-yard line as Sprague looked like he might have had the distance, but from our angle it's kind of difficult. Must have gone a little bit to the left and under the crossbar, so the Palmer Bears will have the ball. First and 10 at their 20. Running back. And the handoff going to Quackenbush. He starts right, tries to go left, and he is covered. Bulldogs coming in mass as one of the first people in on the Bulldogs in the red and white. Everybody's doormat last year, and now they have a chance to make it to the top of the tree. Here is Gerald Heathy, hands to Quackenbush, and he'll drag Bulldogs with him as he gets out to the 25-yard line. He's a big man, this kid. Mike Palumbo being one of the people on the tackle, and Larry Mutz, it'll be a third down. They have a little different defensive lineup in there now, Jeffrey. Costa's out, and they're running people in and out. After this play, we'll pause for station identification as let's go to the first quarter stats and Sandy Clark. Okay, real quickly, it's just like it says on the scoreboard, a 7-7 tie. Each team has had 10 offensive plays. Centennial's picked up 3 first downs, Palmer 4. Bulldogs have 61 yards rushing, Palmer 52, and the time of possession, that's the only other stat to give you. 5:57 for the Dogs, 6:03 for the Palmer Terrors, and it's 7-7. That's about as close as a ball game you can get. Yes, sir. Third down and 5. 25-yard line is where the Palmer Terrors have the football. They don't send anybody wide right. Bulldogs are telling them to look to the right side, and they do. There's Pennington. No, it's a fake to Pennington, and getting the call. Might have been Bennington, I'm not sure, but let's see who gets the call. Yes, Lionel Pennington. The fake was to Claire Gann. He was running off to the left side, and they came right back with Pennington, who picks up the first down at the 30. Oh, it's just a little trickery in there. Fake one way, go the other way. And the other way. And it caught the Bulldogs looking. They did indeed. Out to the 32-yard line now is the Palmer Terrors. On the attack, having a good ground game. There's the handoff. Quackenbush as he cracks his way to near the 35-yard line. Making the tackle for the Centennial Bulldogs. They've got to get their 2 biggest guys up there. Larry Mutz is in there, and Tim Hart, who is having a super game for the Bulldogs on defense. Quackenbush does one thing that's kind of interesting, Jeffrey. He'll run in there. When he gets into traffic, he looks for somebody to hit. If he'd look around a little bit, he'd find a hole. He can run. Second and 5. The ball is at the 38-yard line of Palmer. Wishbone offense. Darrell Heath sets him down. Heath turns, hands, and it is Pennington. He's going to be dragged down for a loss. And credit that one to Ken Cunningham. He came in there, made good defensive contact. Yes, good defensive play. Just threw a blocker out of his way and grabbed a hold of the leg. That brings up third down in about 5, maybe a long 5. Third down and 6, let's call it, Jeff. Score is knotted at 7-7. The Bulldogs, a remarkable year this year. Palmer is 2 for 3 on third down conversions. The ball rests at the 39. Don't forget, we'll have another big game for you. Watson and Central. Same stakes. Trip to state. 3rd to 5. Here is the pitch. It goes to Whipple running to the left side. He is through. He's got the first down. He's across the 40. And that is where they will finally bring him down at about the the 39-yard line as they just go right to Whipple. Tyrone Whipple, 6'2", 190-pound senior, and they have got some racehorses on this Palmer club.
Oh, they certainly do, and that's an old play in football. That is called student body left. And everybody goes over there, and everybody hits somebody. When you got somebody with that much speed running the ball, he's gone.
All right, well, they move the ball back 2 yards to the 41, far hash. Still a first down there as Heath will pitch the ball. Here is Pennington looking for some room. He's at the 40, and he will get to about the 38-yard line before the tackle is made by Ken Jones.
Well, let's also give some credit to Steve Barbera, a cornerback who came up to force the play in and actually finally got a hold of him before Jones came and finished him off.
Ground game has just been merely awesome, folks.
That's all we've seen is a ground game.
Second down, that's exactly right. Second down and 5. They have Pennington in a slot left, and we have a flag. Looks like it will go against Centennial. Must have been encroachment.
Centennial lined up offside.
That brings Tom Brockman a few paces out. He's telling his defensive unit to
pay attention.
That was good. Thank you.
That's what he's telling them. Pay attention. Well, we're awfully close to a 1st and 10 now, Jeffrey. Just inches away. 2nd and inches.
Carroll Heath will set the club down. Pennington will go to a slot right. It will be an I formation with Gann, the up back. Quackenbush is the fullback. There's encroachment. That'll bring up an automatic first down. Oh, boy. Costly mistake, Ken Cunningham.
Cunningham jumped that time, and it must have been something in the cadence. He normally sets, and he'll stay there. And what he's right, he's in Rockman's out on the field, and he is hot.
4 for 26 yards on penalties against the Centennial defense, and we must have a timeout.
Corrected a few people. Just steamed, hollered at the officials about the count, and now we're ready to go. 1st and 10, the ball on the 27. Jeffrey.
I formation now. Here's the handoff. Quackenbush. He's loose. He's at the 20, the 19, and he'll fall forward at that spot. Quackenbush is not a quick back. He is merely a strong one. And take a guess at who brought him down. Phil Marmoleo. And what would you say the difference in weight was there? A good 50 pounds?
Oh, let's try 65 or 70 pounds.
19. Marmoleo just says, okay, I'll just let him run over me, but I'll take you down. And he did. I love it. 2nd and 4, inside the 20 to the 19. Quackenbush, left side. No, he won't get much there.
I'll tell you what, tempers are starting to flare up a little bit on the field. Bulldogs are complaining to the refs they're being held in there, and it's really not holding. What happens is they block down on him, and once they get him there, they lay on him, and that little delay to Quackenbush gives him some time to get through that big defensive line Centennial's throwing at him.
Wayne Costa was the man that made the tackle for the Centennial Bulldogs. 3rd down and 1. The ball rests at the dog 16-yard line.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
7 up is the score. I formation. Pennington is in a slot right. And they go to the first man through, and
they threw a pass.
Excuse me.
Fake in there, Jeff. But he looked downfield and was trying to hit Linnell Pennington in the end zone, and the ball was just poorly thrown.
Well, it sure had me going because I thought they had the first down with Claire Gann.
Well, you watch those receivers, you know what's going on, Jeff.
Well, you do, that's for sure. Without you, I'd be nothing, partner.
Well, I'm glad you finally admit it.
Yeah, well, without you, I wouldn't have a transportation either.
Okay, here we go. 4th down, 1 yard to go. The Palmer Terrors are knocking on the Bulldogs. They're inside the 20.
4th and short. The turn, the hand, it's Pennington. He's got the first down and then some. Across the 15 to about the 13-yard line. First down for the Terrors as they continue to roll on that ground game. They've thrown 1 pass tonight.
And that one was incomplete. Bulldogs got to put up some kind of defense right now, Jeffrey. They've got to put a stop to this.
1st and 10, the ball sits inside the 15 to the 14. 7-7 is the score. They go now to the I formation with Pennington in a slot right. Quackenbush running the left side. The Bulldogs are there, and there comes a flag.
Yeah, now we're going to see some holding.
Well, I'll tell you, the Bulldogs were just laying in wait. Cunningham was there, along with Jim Hart, who's... I can't say enough about this man's play. He seems to be right there, and the penalty will indeed go on Palmer.
That's the holding call the Bulldogs have been talking about and hollering about now. Now they're getting it. against the wheel that squeaks the loudest gets the grease.
Well, got to call their attention to it once in a while.
Yes, you do.
That's a big break for the Dogs.
That moves the ball back out to the 26-yard line, brings up first down and 25.
That'll get to about the 5-yard line for the first. So we'll call it a first and about 21.
All right, 21.
Not 50, as they say on the scoreboard. Anyway, from the 26-yard line, knotted up at 7-7. Standard wishbone offense. Heath fakes, hands to Pennington. He comes to the right side, looking for some running room. Forget it. A good play by Keith Jones. And do we have a flag toss in the air? Yes.
This is not a good call. This is not a... And now another flag goes up, and it's a bad call. He was getting... He had come around the end and was trying to turn the corner. He was being jersey tackled, and on his way down, he was hit by a Centennial player. They threw a flag at that point for unnecessary roughness, Jeffrey, and boy, everybody on the Centennial bench came up. Now, one of the Centennial players complained, and another flag goes up. That's not a good call. I'm sorry. I disagree with the refs on this.
Well, I'll tell you, that's going to push it right down to the goal line if they walk it off. The foul is at the 25. You'll tack on half the distance for the first penalty, tack on a few more for the second one. That's going to push it way down deep.
Yeah, he was not down when he was hit. He was on the way down, and it was obvious he was going down, but he was still fair game.
They spotted at the 10. That should be for the first one. Dead ball foul, personal foul, Centennial. I guess that's it. Yep, that's it.
Now, let's see if they're going to call the other penalty.
No, I think that's it. I think that's what... Nope, they're going to pick it up. That's the first one. Okay.
That's the first one. The other one's going to be for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right.
And that'll move the ball down to about the 5.5.
And should give them close to a first down.
That's right.
That's it. That's it, Sandy.
Oh. I don't know if you call it home cooking or not, but it's, you get a holding call, marches them back when they're knocking on the door of the Bulldogs, and then two in succession. I don't know.
Well, they came right after each other. They came bing, bing, just like that.
Yes, they did.
Well, it's a second down and 2 after all of that. As Heath will set him down in the wishbone offense. The ball is just outside the 5 of the Centennial Bulldogs. There's a handoff to Quackenbush. He'll get the first down as he will get near the 4 if they spot his forward progress. Mike Palumbo making the tackle. Give Tom Brockman credit. He's standing there on the sidelines. Very... I'm sure he may be doing it in a slow burn up there.
Well, he should be doing a slow burn. Now, Jeffrey, let's go back and get it.
Didn't get the first. Didn't get the first.
Let's go back and explain this penalty. From where the penalty occurred, you and I are about 20 yards from it, right? Neither one heard a whistle.
Third down, 1. Tied at 7-7. The ball is at the 5. They've got to get to about the 4. Now we've got to see what this is all about.
I don't know. Oh, they're just resetting the ball.
All right. All right. Center of the field is where the ball is spotted. Third down and a short one to go. And they give it to Quackenbush. He's got the first down now, and he stretches that big body all the way down to about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line.
Well, now, the Bulldogs are in real trouble. It's down inside the 2, Jeff. They're going to have to do it right now. They're going to have to put an end to it if they can. No question about it. The Bulldogs have made some of their own mistakes on this drive. They certainly have helped the Palmer Terrors. They've had them in third down and long 3 times.
First and goal from about the 2-yard line for the Palmer Terrors as Heath sets the club down. Wishbone offense. The turn, the hand to Quackenbush. He's close. And what do the officials say? They're going to take some time unpiling this mess. Cunningham is in on the play, along with Wayne Costa.
Well, the ball's right on the goal line.
Right on it. Just a lean over might do it there. 19th play of the drive. 4 minutes and 36 seconds left to play in the first half. 7-7. Palmer wants to go up. And they're inches away from doing it. Heath is the quarterback. There's the handoff to Quackenbush. Touchdown, Palmer. It's now 13-7.
All right. The Bulldogs desperately need to win.
14. Centennial 7. Back with a kickoff on KCSJ Sports. For the Palmer Terrors, And Quackenbush goes in for his second one, and they used over 7 minutes on that drive. 7:33. Here come the Terrors. Estrebola will kick it away. Sidewinder kick. It's off the hands of Barberi. Picks it up in the end zone. Downs it at that spot. The Dogs will have it at the 20. 4:19 left to play in the first half.
I'll tell you, that ball's kind of hard to hang on to. It kind of rotates on its side as it comes through there. It's not a regular soccer-style kick. It's not an end over end. It kind of looks like a helicopter.
Well, what you do is you put the ball on the side, spin it, and that's what kind of a kickoff you got.
Yeah, that's it. Except it's in the air.
Strabela's got a long leg. He's got about a 49-yarder talking to the guys in the press box tonight. He's already tagged a 49-yarder this year.
All right, here go the Bulldogs.
Kopp goes to the right, tighten it up on the left side, and now they'll break the bone as Scholes will go into a slot left. Four-man front being shown by the Palmer Terrors. Here is the handoff. They look to Criswell, and Criswell may pick up one. Making the stop for the Palmer Terrors, leaping on him was Don Eggleston, 210-pound senior.
Well, the Bulldogs just keep trying to keep it on the ground and keep going right at the middle of that Terror line. And I'll tell you, they've had good success at it. They just haven't been able to punch the ball in.
Second down and 7 yards to go. Villarreal will go to the right side. Now they're going to send Robin Lloyd into a slot right. Running backs will be Criswell and Scholes. Then a four-man front being shown by the Palmer Terrors. There's the fake. Criswell gets the ball and breaks loose. Nice move. 35. He'll have the first down at the 37. Sandy, they look like they had him at the line of scrimmage. Criswell wasn't about to take a dive. He kept churning and burning, and he's out to the 36.
Well, there were two good fakes in there by Sprague, and he pulled some of the blockers off of Criswell when he made his second fake and started into the line himself. A couple of guys left him. Criswell kept going, kept running. He picked up the first and 10. That was just drive.
36-yard line is where the ball is spotted for the Bulldogs. Kopp goes to the right side. Wishbone offense. 4-3 defense being shown. Now they'll send Criswell as a man in motion. Here's the pitch to Scholes. He wants to run to the right. He may have some room. He's across the 40 to 45. He's got the first down after about the 48-yard line. Another first down for the Centennial Bulldogs.
Well, that was one where they just went off the right side, Jeffrey. They took the first man, came up, bumped him. It was just like everybody was taking the first guy they got to him. No assignments on blocking, just the closest guy to the ball carrier.
3:09 left to play in the first half. Palmer leads it 14-7 over the Centennial Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs coming back. The ball sits at the 48-yard line. They move right to left. Bulldogs in the red and white. Slot right is Lloyd. Villarreal goes to the right side. Sprague is the quarterback. Goes into the count. There's the handoff. Trap. It's to Criswell. He's through. He's at the 40. He's still on his feet, and they're going to get him at about the 38. First down, Centennial.
That's as nice a trap play as you've seen this year. That has got to be as good as one as you've seen all year. Jeffrey, they opened that up, and just a young man came across the line, and I mean, they decked him, and it was wide open for a pickup of about 15.
Let's take a look at the numbers here. Scholes, 4 carries, 34 yards. Criswell, 4 for 35. Bulldogs come quickly over the ball. First and 10 at the 39-yard line of Palmer. Kopp goes left. Break the wishbone. Criswell, here's the pitch. They'll try it on the other side. Here comes Robin Lloyd. 40, and he takes a hit at the ball down. There's a flag.
We should have a face mask on this one. There should be no question about it, Jeff.
3 Palmer Terrors hit him. This has got to go against Palmer. There's nothing else.
Well, don't say anything yet.
It's going to go against Palmer. The official is pointing down that way. And he grabs Romero and says, "Whoa, Jack, come back here. I'll explain to you what happened." The flag came immediately after the hit. Almost at the simultaneous with the hit, actually. And I hesitate to see who the foul was called on, but there are about 3 Terrors that could have been guilty, and it is going to go against the Terrors. 2:19 left to play in the first half. This will be a long walk down to the 24-yard line. 15-yard penalty, face mask against the Terrors.
Good call, Sandy. That was a good call. When they're right, we'll tell them they're right. When they're wrong, we let them know that too, don't we?
Yes, sir. We even argue with the traffic coming into Colorado Springs.
That's right.
That's right. We even tell the drivers when they're wrong. Villarreal goes to the left. Criswell breaks the bone. Here is Sprague. Wants to keep. He'll get maybe a yard. Not sure if that play was designed to work that way, Sandy. He was faking. I thought maybe they might try a pitch to the right. And Sprague just snuck into about the 24-yard line, gain of 1 second and 9.
I think it was designed that way. I think they were trying to create a hole by everybody going after the pitch, but they didn't buy the fake. And when he turned it up, they were there and waiting for him.
Kopp is in, Villadeo is out. The ball is at the 24. The Bulldogs trailing 14-7. They're on the march. Kopp goes to the left side. Sprague sets him down in the bone. The fake to the first man. They go to Scholes, and he is going to be upended after a gain of a couple. The man that finally finished him off was Don Eggleston. And now it'll bring up a very important third down. Third down about 8. 1:16 and a half. 14-7 Palmer, and a timeout with 17
left to go in the first half of this one. The Bulldogs trailing the Terrors by a score of 14-7. They now face third down, 8 yards to go. The ball rests on the Terror 24-yard line.
Tom Brockman has had a long chat with Mike Sprague. Kopp goes left. Kelly will tighten it on the right side. Standard wishbone offense. Now they'll break the bone, and here goes Robin Lloyd to the left. There's the handoff. Criswell, big hole. He cuts to the center of the field, and he is at the 4-yard line. It'll be a first and goal.
Boy, and I'll tell you, bodies were flying all over that field, Jeffrey. People were just knocking people down. Way downfield, number 72 for the Bulldogs. That would be Steve Drew, 168-pound tackle, flew down the field, and I mean hit a safety and knocked him forever.
There was a big hole on the strong side of that Bulldog line, my friends.
Yeah.
And Criswell knew how to use it. First and goal at the 5 for the Bulldogs. They're down 14-7. Sprague gives to Criswell, and he will power his way to maybe the 3. 44 seconds left to play. I think Centennial may have one timeout left.
Yeah, they'll call it right now,
Right
Jeffrey.
there. 39 seconds left to play. We'll take a timeout with the Bulldogs. The score, Palmer 14, Centennial 7 on KCSJ Sports. There's a lot of options that you can run out of this. I'll tell you something right now. Second down, goal to go from the 4. 4 yards for a touchdown for the Bulldogs. From the far hash, let's see what they'll run. Sprague going into a long count. There's the fake. They go to Lloyd. He should be there. Touchdown. A fake right. They came with Lloyd the other way. A counter play, and it's a 14-13 ball game.
Boy, and they did blow it open. He went right over Cunningham again, and I'll tell you, nobody was there. He blew him out.
Robin Lloyd goes in for his first touchdown of the night. It's a 14-13 ball game. 35 seconds left to play. And I'm telling you right now, you've got to give credit to the line coach for Centennial.
They are hitting people, aren't they?
Sprague will attempt to tie this thing up with 35 seconds left to go as Kelly will hold. They've got a player hustling in very quickly. He takes his position. There's the snap. It's high. There's the kick. It's blocked. Oh, yeah, no question about it. Coming through to block it was Tyrone Whipple.
He came through untouched. Nobody even brush blocked him. He just took off flying from the line, and before the ball was down, he was in front of it.
There's a timeout with 35 seconds left to play in the first half. Back with a kickoff. The score, Palmer 14, Centennial 13 on KCSJ.
Seconds they hung on to the ball, got it into the end zone with 35 seconds left in the half. Put the kick down, spotted it, kicked it, and it was blocked. The score 14-13 in favor of the Palmer High School Terrors. Jeffrey, the Bulldogs prepare to kick it off.
Interesting point. The last 3 drives for Palmer. But you hate to see a ball game with this much importance have to come down to officials. I hate to see that in any game. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and bad rap the officials all night, but I'll tell you, some costly flags have been thrown against Centennial.
I'm not bad rapping them. I'm not doing that. They've done it, most of the time I'm on the official side, Jeffrey, but I've seen 2 instances here tonight where it was a quick flag or a quick whistle, one of the 2.
14-13 is our score. Palmer in front of Centennial, by 1 point. Darrell Heath setting the club down as Quackenbush will be the fullback in the wishbone offense. There is a fake. Heath rolls to the left side. He's looking for somebody to throw to. He's going to lob it up. It's going to be complete at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Palmer.
No, it's beyond the line of scrimmage. Jeffrey, he was beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. The whole thing's coming back.
Yes, sir. You knew that was going to happen. Darrell Heath just jumped 50 feet in the air. You're right, Sandy. It's all coming back. It was there. The pass was good for the touch to Jeff Cantrell, but you're right, Heath was over the line of scrimmage.
Okay, now the official had made the unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Bulldogs. Now turns it around and makes the call against it to Palmer Terrace. I guess he's trying to even it up or something. But he had definitely crossed the 40 when he threw the ball. His line of scrimmage was the 42. Cancel a touchdown, bring it out. 22 seconds left on the clock.
You're right. As the Palmer fans voiced their displeasure. Something about bull.
Yeah, it's if you're a country dancer, you probably know the word.
Yeah, right, right.
In this
Yeah.
stands right now.
Don't you do that to
Cotton Eye Joe.
That's it, yes. Being brought up in the eastern part of our country, I have to learn these things.
They're either displeased with the officials or they're dancing. One of the two.
Philadelphia, you don't have a lot of bulls. Here is the pitch coming to Lionel Pennington. He wants to run to the right side. Runs into one of his own men, which may help Centennial. And it will as they throw him out at the 40.
Well, I'll tell you what, there were some bodies flying around on that one. Everybody was getting hit.
Sure. Nice night for it. Kelly was out there and about 5 others. Situation is now 14 seconds to play. Ball is at the 41. Third down and about 8. Maybe 8.5. Well, the thing they want to do is maybe getting tight for Strable. A 3 for 5 on third down conversions for Palmer. Into the ball game now for the Terrors is Jeff Cantrell. Cantrell goes left. They have a new man. This is Dan Hagee to the right. I formation. Heath is the quarterback. There's the fake. He wants to go over the middle, incomplete, not even close. One of the Terrors says, how about pass interference? The official says no.
Well, I'll tell you, he was under a lot of pressure trying to get rid of that ball. As a matter of fact, he was in the grasp of a defender when he threw it.
Well, Jeff Valdez will be the man that will be credited with the defense as Mickey Cotter ran into him, and Valdez wasn't about to let him go.
We're going to see a field goal attempt from here, Jeffrey.
Timeout against the Terrors. And with 10 seconds left to play, let's take a 48, make it a 58-yard, 58-yard shot by Strable. A ball down. Strable kicks it, not even close. No, sir. No, sir. Went under the crossbar. If that had just gotten up a little bit more, he may have had a shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did shoot.
58-yard
Group in the second half.
Well, he'll have to regroup. They're down by 1. Missed extra point. It's been a fight.
We might see him air it out, though. We have Kopp in there.
And you got Lloyd going right. Let's see what he does do. Knowing Tom Brockman, he's not going to be too conservative tonight, not with what's on the line. So what does he do? Here's the run. And it goes to, I think, Criswell. There's a fumble. Over there. It's 14-13. Back in 1 minute.
The CF&I Power Credit Union, a great place to save and a great place to borrow, offers many outstanding services to their members. But just as important as their services, the people who work at the CF&I Power Credit Union are genuinely concerned about each member and their individual financial needs. The CF&I Power Credit Union has been a loyal friend to many in this community for over 40 years. The CF&I Power Credit Union, 1615 East Evans, member NCUA.
Herb Sports Shop is the #1 sporting goods store in Pueblo because Herb's always has the best quality at the lowest prices. Get a load of these great buys. Basketball shoes like Converse Pro Star, $59. Adidas Top 10, $59. Mercury High Tops, $39. Spalding Mid Highs, $39. Basketball practice jerseys, reversible mesh, $8.95 and $11.95. This special of the week at Herb's, misprinted T-shirts, just $1.50. And that's why Herb's is #1.
Right now, Centennial has got to get nasty. Heath, I-back formation. There's Quackenbush, and he's going to get himself a bunch. He'll get to about the 41 to about a 5-yard pickup. Get him up off the bottom of the heap for the Centennial Bulldogs. One of them is Mike Palumbo.
Now they're running off to the weak side of the Bulldog line, Jeffrey, on that one. Just a little slack.
Slot left Pennington. I formation. Quackenbush gets the call. He's at the 40, the 35. He'll pound his way to the 34. It's a fit to the big horse at 215 pounds. Give him a block and let him do his thing.
Get out of his way. That's what they do.
And don't forget, you've got a breaker in Lionel Pennington.
Bulldogs now playing the gap on defense. They're shifting over.
14-13 is the score in favor of the Palmer Bears. Here comes the pitch. Quackenbush will try to get to the outside. He is going to pick up maybe 2, perhaps 3. Bringing him down, combined efforts of Kevin Coca and also Mike Palumbo.
Palumbo and Coca did a nice job on that. They strung the play out. He never got a chance to square his shoulders up. In other words, he never turned upfield. And they took a shot at him before he could turn. That's where he gets his power. Once he's coming head on edge, he's tough.
Out to the 32. Or down to the 32. Second and 8. Palmer has shown 2 offensive looks. Wishbone in the power eye. Pennington, handoff, Quackenbush. He's going to be met. Good heads-up play. And a guy that just opened his arms and said, "You come to me, son," was Kelly, Todd Kelly. And it was just like he was planted.
Quackenbush is down.
But I'm sure not for long. Third down. It will be a third and a big 5 yards to go, and Quackenbush is on his back. We'll take a quick timeout with 9:49 left to play in the third period. Our score, Palmer 14, Centennial 13 on KCFJ Sports.
This is Jeffrey Orman. It may be time to crank up the old furnace soon, and if yours seems noisy or inefficient, Johnson Electric Company is there.
Under his own power. You didn't think that 215-pounder was going to stay down long, did you?
Oh, he is a horse.
Big kid. Plays linebacker, too.
I'd like to know where he's going to play college ball if he does.
Down in 6. Palmer leads it by 1, 14-13. Pennington says timeout. Heath says timeout, and we will get a timeout.
Second half here, and they've moved it from their own 1-yard line all the way.
The wide receiver about 10 yards. We think they're going to try a little curl on it. We're not sure. We don't know what we're doing.
Keep in mind, we're the guys that are telling you about the playoffs.
That's right.
And they are very confusing, folks, but we'll sort it out for you, I promise you. Oh, nice play. They fake to the left. There's a fumble, I think. Centennial got it. Let's see what they roll.
Yes. No.
Hold on. Play is blown dead. It's now a 4th down. They faked to Whipple. They went to the right to, I think, Pennington.
That's
he
right.
was slammed down. The Bulldogs said our ball. The officials said it's blown dead. No matter, it's 4th and 8.
And they're going to try another field goal. This one comes from 39. It'll be a 49-yard attempt, Jeff.
He might hit this.
Oh, yeah.
He tried a 58-yarder before. Snap is high. Strable again to the right. No, he won't get this.
Left to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs trailed by a point. Now, here's what they have to do. They've got to win this ball game. Coming into their huddle right now with Sprink. He's been talking to Brockman. He was the last man on the field. They'll break the huddle. They'll bring it up. The first possession is second half for the Bulldogs. This is wide to the right. This is the 4th time Centennial has started at their 20. 3 times they put it in. Breaks the ball. Criswell goes to the right. Draw play. It's coming to Scholes. He's going to have the first down across the 20. Now I beg your pardon. He will be out for a gain of about 7. Pardon my perspective. He'll get whipped off a quick 7 yards. Second and 3. Centennial, a beautiful draw. I'll tell you what, it's a little tough in this stadium, Jeffrey. It's not at all like Dutch Clark where we're high atop it. Right here, we're maybe 20 feet off the field level, and it's hard to get a good perspective on where the runner actually is.
Boy, it's a lot better than what it used to be, my friend. Second down and about 3 yards to go for the Bulldogs. There's a fumble. Big pile up. I think they got the ball. Centennial did. Quickly covering it was Robin Lloyd, but oh, that was a critical error. Back to about the 23, and now the Dogs, where they were second and 3, will now look at about a 3rd and 7. Palmer 14, Centennial 13. All right, here come the Bulldogs. Kopp once again goes wide right. They have not thrown to Kopp tonight, Jeffrey. He is the threat. Bulldogs are 2 for 3 on 3rd down conversion. Spray going into the count. There's the fake. He fires. There it is. Kopp with a finger cross the catch, and he drops the ball at the 30. Claire Gann. We're going to have an equipment check on one of the Bulldogs, and we're set. So Holcomb will be kicking this ball away. There's the rush. Tags the the ball. Not a particularly great kick, but coming up and making the catch at about the 48-yard line for the Palmer Terrors. That is Gann. A 25-yard kick. Palmer, excellent field position at the Bulldogs 48. Well, now the Bulldogs have just got to start playing some defense. They don't have any choice in the matter. They've got to stop. And Quackenbush is back in there. Wishbone offense. Heath, Quackenbush. Quackenbush will get maybe 3, and he does that on his own, folks. In there to make the tackle, the first guy to hit him for the Bulldogs was Larry Musk, 193-pound senior defensive end. Tim Hart will also get an assist. Quackenbush not fast, but I'll tell you, when you hit him, you better have about 3 guys around to make sure he goes down. He got that on his own. He is strong, if he is. Second down, we'll call it about 8 yards to go. The ball sitting at the 47-yard line of Centennial. Bulldogs playing a tight 4-4. There's the fake. There's a fumble. It's still rolling around. Whipple will cover it back at his 46. The ball was rolling around, and two Centennial Bulldogs converged on it, and just as they got there, the whistle was blown, so they're going to give the ball back to the Terrors. That could have been a fumble. So now brings up a third down. Third down, 17. And 17 yards to go. 14-13, the Palmer Terrors are in front. Well, they're definitely going to throw the ball this time, Jeffrey. They look for Marmoleo to blitz on this. I'm going to kind of keep my eyes on little Marmoleo. Coming. He'll be coming. Here is he. He's back to throw. Big rush. They want to set up a screen. Picked off. Marmoleo. He picked it off at the 40. He gets to the 39. That was the way they set up the defense, Sandy. Marmoleo was right there. He faked blitz, and 2 of them came. A defensive end from each side. They had him in a picture. He went back. He tried to throw the ball. Marmoleo jumped up and got it. First and 10 for the Bulldogs in their Terror 39, and that's the break they need. That's your boy, Jeffrey Marmoleo. You bet. Boy, I'll tell you, he was going to either tackle him or stand there and get a ball. They missed him at 159 pounds, and I'll bet you doesn't weigh 135. Right man at the right spot. Terrors only have 10 men on the field. Sprague will turn. Fake to Criswell. Nope, give to Criswell. To the 37. Criswell will pick up 2. That was really not much of a play, and they just snapped the ball, handed it to Criswell, and a bunch of bodies rolled around on the field. All right. Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. 5:25 left to go in the third quarter of this one. The Bulldogs have got the best field position they've had to start any drive so far this season. Second down and 7 from the 36-yard line of the Palmer Terrors as little Marmoleo, all of 5'3", intercepted a screen pass. Sprague is the quarterback. There is a fake. He wants to keep it. He's going to be dropped. He is going to be hit by Quackenbush, and he is also going to be dumped on by Don Eggleston, and that's about 400 pounds of football players on Sprague's back. Third down and 9. That was a bootleg all the way, and they read it. They apparently are reading something that lets them know it's a bootleg, because every time he tries it, they don't even bother to worry about the fakes. They just attack Sprague, the quarterback. 2 for 5 on third down conversion. Third down, about 9, Jeff. Bulldogs down by 1 point, 14-13. Some movement in the line. Criswell will come as a slot right. There's a handoff. It is to Scholes. They go for the draw play. He'll pick up some territory down to the 33, but it now brings up a 4th and 3, and what will Brockman do?